Packers pregame primer, Green Bay at Minnesota. Minneapolis, Min. The Packers make their second trip to US Bank Stadium, hoping for a different result than the first time they played at the Vikings' new stadium. We've rounded up everything you need to know about this matchup before kickoff at 12 p.m. Sunday. Storylines to watch. Infinite injury report. Both of these teams are significantly beat up. The Packers began the week with 9 players on the injury report, while the Vikings listed 10, and for both teams, the injury bug has bitten some of the most important players. Vikings QB Sam Bradford tried to return Monday against the Bears, but it was evident he wasn't nearly 100% and dropped out of the game before halftime. Minnesota's leading receiver, Stefon Diggs, was limited Monday, only totaling 4 receiving yards. Both will not play Sunday against the Packers. On top of that, the Vikings are also missing star running back Dalvin Cook, whom they lost to a season-ending ACL tear and would have been a key piece to a victory over the Packers. Best-case scenario, head coach Mike Zimmer's defense will ultimately win games for the Vikings, but backup QB Case Keenum is good enough to give them a chance on offense to win games. The key for the Packers is to bring the heat and force him to hurry up, making more costly mistakes more likely. The related question here is, where will the Vikings' offensive production come from without Diggs? The Vikings are not deep at receiver. Turn it on over, the Packers must remain clean in the turnover margin. Any errors by the Green Bay offense will be taken advantage of by the Vikings' defense, another key for Minnesota to win Sunday's contest. Since 2016, the Packers' turnover margin is plus 11 in divisional games, which is number 1 in the NFL. So far this season, the Pack is plus 4 in its lone divisional game against the Bears. During Week 2 of last season, the last time Aaron Rodgers was in the building, he was sacked 5 times, but he also threw a pick and fumbled 3 times, which became the game-changer in the 17-14 loss. Meanwhile, the Vikings haven't thrown an interception through 5 games, tying a team record, and the Packers' defense has only picked off opponents 3 times and forced 3 fumbles in 21,017, both marks tied for 20th in the NFL. The Packers have had 9 takeaways this season, while the Vikings have had 5. Aren't you tired of hearing about the OL? We know we're tired of talking about it. Lane Taylor is ready to be back on the inside, doing what he's paid to do, play left guard. David Bakhtiari is undoubtedly ready to get back and contribute. And Aaron Rodgers is certainly ready to be thrown around less in games. This week would be the 5th consecutive game Bakhtiari has held out, the longest stretch of games he's missed in his career. Taylor said earlier this week he bounced back and forth in practice between guard and tackle, so the return of Bakhtiari is still murky to predict. Meanwhile, the Vikings' most prolific pass rushers, Everson Griffin 6 sacks and Danielle Hunter 2 sacks, are ready to capitalize on any mistakes the mixed and matched line makes Sunday. How the Packers contain one of the best front fours they'll see all season is a major key in this matchup. Keeping up with the Jones, rookie RB Aaron Jones broke out in his first NFL career start at Dallas with 134 yards and a touchdown on 20 touches. While he showed trusty hands, quick decision-making and hard-nosed running ability, Jones did not have to do much pass protecting against the Cowboys. This week, given Minnesota's ability to blitz in a way that will keep the Packers continually guessing, Jones might be asked to step up his game in that regard. Starter Ty Montgomery, if he plays, will be severely limited with his broken ribs and might only be used on 3rd downs as a utility player. Throw into the mix that Minnesota has the NFL's 6th best run defense, allowing an average of 80 yards on the ground per game. It'll be interesting to see if the Packers stay with the hot hand, Jones, or plug in Jamal Williams, who has shown he is more advanced in pass protection than the other rookies. Mutual Admiration Society. Aaron Rodgers is a game-planning nightmare for most coaches, but Zimmer has been an exception to the rule. Zimmer has gone 2-4 against the Packers since he became head coach in 2014, but the Vikings have sacked him more than any other team 56 times. Rodgers lauded Zimmer's genius of him and his innovation that he's brought to the league and that style defense. Meanwhile, Zimmer told reporters this week, "I've been in the NFL 20-some years and I can't remember a guy that does the things that this guy does. I mean, when you combine everything, his arm strength, his intelligence, his escapability, the way he sees things, I think they should trade him."